I live by my name. I'm crazy mad at Crip. I'm Cripping Mac. Oh, that's me.
I think that's what we see him mostly as an entertainer. He created this character of C-Mac. It's just another portion of Trevor. It's just another facet.
Oh, hood, Five Crip.
How you feeling, man?
Oh, I'm nifty, man. I woke up this morning on hood. I'm blessed, I'm free. I'm getting money on hustlers. I'm not in jail. It's a nifty day on 55th Street.
C-Mac the Loke in the building.
He said, Mom, I wanted to be an actor like Will Smith. That's somebody that he really admired.
Keep my wife's name out your f***ing mouth!
How did the beef with you and C-Mac start?
I'm gonna correct it. First of all, it's not no beef.
Okay.
Like, no, there's no way we beef.
Okay.
That's entertainment. Ain't no such thing as no beef.
Because you never met him, never seen him.
I never seen him. I never heard of him before the internet. Like I said, I've been in the streets my whole life.
Hey, you, nigga. Oh, man, good Cripping, like I look at it, with the teeth.
Yeah, he's sick. He told me I'm not a human. This is okay. C-Mac, even though you were retarded, you're a human in my eyes. Yes, you are a human.
And a lady in our complex said her son was having behavioral issues. And I identified with a lot of what she was saying.
So how bad did these DPs get?
Well, you see how my face looked. My shit was fractured. Everything was fractured. But now I've been DPs, seen them for at least five times now, so I know what to expect with this shit.
Right.
One rapper that I always see doing a lot of boxing is Blueface. And I know at one point you guys had talked about doing a boxing match, okay? No chance for a boxing match?
I mean, if it happens, it happens. It ain't my type of Crip.
Okay. What is it about Blueface that you say it's not your type
I'm
of
a play ball Crip. I really do this shit in real life. I'm not just a famous nigga. See what I'm saying? It's a big difference. Big difference. Yeah, that part.
By God, I think that's Trevor. Little Trevor Hurd, that's his name. Everybody needs to know. Little Trevor needs help, and there's a school that's designed for that and for discipline.
So they're trying to switch it to a federal case?
Yes.
What age?
I want to say roughly 7 to 9.
Oh, young.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And then at that point, that's when he moved to Texas.
So what age was that you went to Texas?
Shit, nigga had to be, 2000. Hold on, god damn it. Oh, shit. 2000, god damn it. 2009, 2010.
Okay.
That's a teenager. On hood.
Talking about Texas hood
For the 60s.
Yeah.
Okay, so he coming to the hood day, and at the hood day, he on the set.
Yeah, nah.
According to
him. Don't get it twisted. He always was big Crip, you know what I'm saying? But he wasn't, if you get what I'm saying.
This is a story of how being a fake gangster can land you in a real prison. Little Trevor Hurd, or better known as Crip Mac, is without a doubt the most famous 5'5" Crip on the planet, and he has just been arrested on a gun charge, and he's now facing 15 years in a federal prison. Meanwhile, his gangster come up is more confusing than the meaning behind his face tattoos and the ever-changing pitch of his voice. To keep it a bean, I legitimately had to write out a timeline in order to try and make sense of the different narratives for this video, because every single source claims a slightly different version of events. Even Crip Mac himself seems to be confused about the details of what his life actually was like growing up. But luckily for little Trevor, in this video, I do my best to sort it all out for us so that we can get a good understanding of the most famous 5'5" Crip in the entire world. Trevor Hurd was born February 20, 1993, and was raised in the suburbs of Rancho Cucamonga, California. And if you listen to his mother, she will tell you that he was a bad boy, and that they paid to put him through military school when he was about 7 or 9. And then after that is when she claims they moved to Texas. But I believe she is mistaken, because we already know that he definitely went to school in Houston, Texas with Favor Loco when he was a late teenager. and everyone seems to agree that he only lived in Houston for approximately about 2 years. And before Texas, it seems that while living in the suburbs of Rancho Cucamonga, little Trevor would sometimes visit his auntie in Los Angeles, where he would often get himself into trouble. And then that's when little Trevor and his mum moved out to Houston, Texas to live with her boyfriend, Mr. Gary.
Mr. Gary was a great man.
Where Crip Mac would meet some folks who were affiliated with the Rolling 60s Crips. And Crip Mac would go on to tell them that he was also a Rolling 60s Crip gang member, but he was really from Los Angeles. And that these Crip members from Houston actually had their cripping all wrong, as if little Trevor was the big homie for the city of Houston. I mean, it's basically gangster catfishing.
We got the call literally a couple days before Hood Day.
So, a year later, he been thugging with you.
Yeah, thugging.
Y'all rocking. You know what I'm saying? And y'all get a call.
Treating them like family and all that.
And y'all get a call from the motherland.
Yeah.
From Cali. From the 6 souls out there. How does that even happen?
Pete, it's some that he connected us with. That's what's so crazy. And they the ones who told us that he wasn't on the hood.
After being found out for cosplaying as a Rolling 60s Crip from Los Angeles, Crip Mac would then take a bus to live with family in Chino, California.
So, how did y'all react when y'all got the news that he was flogged?
It was, you lied to us. You know what I'm saying? You blatantly lied to us. So this is what we're going to do, and this is how we're going to handle it. You know what I'm saying? He couldn't handle that pressure. He took off.
What you mean, took off?
Oh, he took off. When it got down to it, I'm not, because I don't even want to get into the detail, but just, we gave him an opportunity. You know what I'm saying? We're going to give you an opportunity.
To get right.
To get right.
Or to get left.
To get left, cuz. And, you know, he got left right away. You know what I'm saying? He couldn't stand the pressure. It is what it is.
Upon fleeing Texas and arriving to Chino, Crip Mac was in a pickle, because not only was he found out for force flagging, but he was also found out for being a scaredy cat and proving to the Houston Crips that he wasn't about that life. So, with his tail between his legs and his ghetto superstar dreams now ablaze, little Trevor decided to do what any catfishing gangster would do in his position. He decided to just start his own gang. And on December 22nd, 2012, that's exactly what he did. When he started the Trey Chino Gator Crips, Crip Mac chose a gator to represent the gang. And well, naturally, he would choose the color green to be the national color of his own personal gang. I am not quite sure what the Trey was for, but either way, he ended up changing it later on that day to the Trey Gator Crips. But still, he must have been very proud for coming up with such a clever gang name, because he decided to get it tattooed across his body, including his actual face. And unfortunately for Trevor's face, the name would only last 1 week before Crip Mac would go on to change it once again to the 4-5 Gator Crips. It sounds like he was couch surfing in Chino while at the same time launching his gang. So, he's basically Steve Jobs when it comes to cripping. And then just a mere 8 days later, it appears that the launch of his gang campaign would prove to be unsuccessful, because Trevor would then decide that he was a 5 Deuce Hoover. And just like that, the Gator Crip's fate was sealed. Well, I'm sure that you must have noticed the enormous tattoo on Crip Mac's forehead that reads Hoover Killer. And the only logical explanation I can come to is that he was upset with the Hoovers for not wanting him in their gang. So when he finally achieved his dreams of becoming a gangster, I assume he celebrated with getting a fresh face tattoo in order to show the world he was definitely in a gang.
To be honest, when it comes to the forehead tattoo and stuff,
shit.
This is what kind of worries me. Is it seems like it closes the idea or closes the door on any possibility of peace. It's sort of like a pledge to never stop beefing, right?
I mean, I thought, see, 5 motherfuckers see me with this was a pledge. Fight out, you know. The secret's gonna continue. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So,
If we ask Crip Mac why he has this tat, he will say that it's because he lost a friend to the streets.
They took somebody close to me off of the Vernon and Western side that was like a big brother to me. A nigga was with him every fucking day. We would drink, we would talk. I go to prison, I get out of prison. He like, I like the Cardi C dish you did in prison. I said, thanks. I'm in the halfway house. I get a call
Cardi B?
the next day. I get a call the next day on neighborhood Crip and cut dead.
And so, obviously his get back was to get Hoover Killer tatted on his face, despite never actually killing any Hoovers. Oh, whoa, you definitely showed them who's boss. I wonder how they can sleep at night knowing that you have that on your face. You can almost liken it to some unusual form of gangster peacocking. It's a way for him to imply that Crip Mac is some kind of ruthless villain, without him actually having to be a ruthless villain. But in reality, all that it really does is open the door for folks to ask what Hoovers has Crip Mac killed, which then leads us to the obvious answer of 0. It's very similar to having the words fake gangster tattooed on your face. All that we can say for sure is that his fake Hoover beef definitely stems from his association with the 55th Street Crips. He was introduced to them when he was in his early 20s. This chance encounter is what led to Crip Mac getting jumped into the gang, where he would then pledge his hate towards his now sworn enemy.
My gang hates these motherfuckers.
But we are getting ahead of ourselves now, aren't we? I believe that it was January 24th, 2013, just a few days after claiming he was a 5 Deuce Hoover. Crip Mac would then be invited to a gangster party thrown by the Tree 57 Crips. Yup, you guessed it. After that party, Crip Mac would immediately get on the internet and start claiming that he was now a Tree 57 Crip. For those of you at home who are keeping score of the false flagging, we are now onto the 5th gang that Crip Mac has claimed on the internet. This is all before he even moved to Los Angeles. Remember, he was still living in Chino at this time, so even though he was claiming Crip, he was really still a gator at heart. Because not even 2 weeks later, on February 3rd, 2013, Crip Mac decided that he was done repping the Tree 57 Crips and made one last attempt at launching his own gang when he claimed yet another made-up set, the 7-1 Chino Villains. So now, Trevor is 20 years old and his dreams of becoming a professional street legend didn't quite pan out the way he'd hoped. He then decided to give this street life a break, while he focused on his professional rap career.
Your girl likes me, and my swag is so official.
He then quickly realized that his music was trash, so now he was back to square one. This is where the story takes a sharp turn and destiny intervenes on the behalf of this dilemma, guiding Trevor to become this big gangster Crip and forever altering his speech.
I like the Cardi C diss you did in prison. I said thanks.
Crip Mac would get his big break when his girlfriend at the time allowed him to live with her in Los Angeles on 111th in Vermont. And then boom, just like that, Trevor was back on his way to becoming the big-time gang-banging, gun-toting, finger-twisting gangster that he had always dreamed of becoming ever since he was a youngin' growing up in Rancho Cucamonga. After arriving to his girlfriend's house in Los Angeles, Trevor wasted no time and he got straight to business. He fluffed up his resume and he immediately began applying to any nearby gangs that he could find. He first applied to the Acacia block in Compton, but since he didn't grow up in that neighborhood, no one knew who he was. So obviously his application was not accepted, and understandably it was not going to be easy for Trevor to find a gang to put him on. But of course, as we now know, none of this would slow Trevor down, because he then went for the biggest, most unrealistic Hail Mary ever recorded when he applied to be a gangster for one of the most prestigious gangs in Los Angeles, the infamous Rolling 60s Neighborhood Crips. And my golly, do you believe that it actually worked? It was August 2013, and much like Uncle Sam in the current day, maybe that summer the Rolling 60s were having a difficult time recruiting members. But either way, little Trevor Hurd was all grown up, and he had finally graduated, and he was now officially a Rolling 60s gang member. After all those years of gangs consistently telling him no, he finally received a yes, and for Trevor, this was the validation he needed in order to become a famous Crip. And for one whole year, he managed to maintain his status as a Rolling 60s Crip. And for a while, life was good. Until suddenly, out of the blue, things would go left for Crip Mac and his gang membership, leading to him being DP'd by the Rolling 60s, and he would be forced out of the gang.
So tell us, when did you start Crip?
Oh, shit, well, we go ahead and keep it 55th Street, how that shit went. When I was younger, I was from 5'5", I was from 6'0" when I was a teenager.
Okay.
How that ended up going is I was drinking a lot and I was just doing a whole bunch of crazy shit or whatever, and I ended up getting put off. They put me off. I snatched the wrong lady's purse and thought it was a DP, but it ended up as a put off, disrespecting older OGs, mamas, shit like that, cause shit that gets you DP. But at the time, when it's certain different people and somebody's people that's dead, people like cuz they take it as in, it's real disrespect. If you don't make this DP, you're not gonna see from the turf.
So what does DP stand for?
It's a discipline.
Okay.
So let's say it's me, you, and Cuz. I'm getting ready to get, I fucked up or whatever, right? So all you big niggas, y'all some big niggas. So all y'all would squabble me and y'all pack me out, I won't get no head up phase. And it's just constant pack outs at the pack outs for at least 5 minutes straight.
Right.
And it's gonna get rough. It's gonna get rough.
Violation.
Yeah, pretty much. You fucked up, you learn your lesson, but you gonna fight. You gotta fight. You gotta fight through that shit. You can't not stop fighting. If you stop fighting, that's what I did. I stopped fighting, I got put off. I got tired, yeah. And I never been through nothing like that at the time, so it was hard fighting me. But now I've been DP'd from seeing from 5-5 at least 5 times now, so I know what to expect with the shit.
Right.
You know, what the thing is, don't run from it, because you run from it, it gets worse. You stand up, you fucked up, yeah, hood, I fucked up, let's go, let's take care of this shit. You know, but it strengthens you also. You learn from your mistakes, but it also strengthens you when you go by jail, especially as a gangbanger, because you're gonna have a lot of phase. You might get packed out a few times. You might even get bust down and stabbed up. But you gotta represent where you're from. That's just how this shit go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you started out with the 6-0s.
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
And you got put off.
Yeah, I got put off. I was snatching purses. I was drinking the 5 Loco alcohol. I had my brain switching and going crazy. And I started snatching purses and disrespecting people's mamas and shit. I was losing my fucking mind. I don't recommend nobody drink 5 Loco drink, hood.
Yeah, that.
But I felt like after that, I still wanted to fight gangbang. You know, on Hustis, I waited till like 6 months, up 8 months on hood. I'm like, got jail, kill. I stay on 45th and Western. I knew Chicken Wing and Junie, which is nuts. So from 5-5, I knew Loco C. I'm like, well, come right here. On hood, I just go up to the 55th Street. You know, but I f***ed with Chicken Wing, I f***ed with Junie. Them some good homeboys right there. And Loco C's like a big old swole nigga, look like Dub C with the long twister OG nigga. I f***ed with Cuz, he was cool. He showed me how to grind and make increments with him and on hood. So yeah, that's how that went.
So after being put off from a gang, you wanted to go join another.
You can see from another hood as long as you have no snitching on your record.
Okay.
You ain't never told on nobody. There's no paperwork on you. You can go find another hood.
Really?
Yeah, you can. That's just how it work out here.
So how does your old hood react to you finding a new one?
I mean, now they see me so long, they still know me. They respect me now. I fuck with Newport and them from 6-0, Tiny Inhead, other Inhead. I fuck with a lot of them niggas over there. C-Man, Baby Thirsty, a lot of them hood rich. I fuck with a lot of the 6-0s.
Okay.
Mad Ronnie, yeah.
But 55th, that's what you repping, that's what you
I'm
playing.
from 5-5. How they looked at it, well, kill. I ain't do no Custer shit. I was drinking. You know, people drink and get out of control. That 5 Loco cuffed my brain up.
Yeah.
Where, however it went, I didn't make the cut through the DP. I got put off, whatever. But at the same time, when I went 5 to get put on 55th Street, I went and got put on. They're like, all right, well, we can accept Cuz not a snitch. You know, so they're like, yeah, we can accept Cuz.
Yeah.
You know, and it's not like I'm getting put on another hood that's an enemy of the set. Mm-hmm. Them is our homeboys.
Okay.
5-5s and 60s is neighborhood. They rolling 60s, we rolling 50s.
Okay.
So, you know, so it's like we right there, right up the street from each other.
Okay, so y'all not ops?
Hell no, we neighborhood Crips.
Right.
Right up the street, right down Slauson. They on Slauson, Arlington, up 5 Crenshaw, up 5 Overhill. We on Slauson and Western, Slauson and Normandy, back down towards 54th Street.
Okay.
See, so it's like, yeah, it's right down the street.
Word. Mm-hmm. Now I can't help but notice your face tattoos, of course.
Oh
right?
yeah, real whack outs, real gang shit.
Yeah.
I pour a lot of gang shit.
It's the tattoo on the forehead for me.
Yeah, I represent it proudly.
Hoover Killer.
Represent it proudly.
Talk to us about that.
I mean, shit, cuz when you gang bang, you
Hoover
lose.
Killer tat on your forehead.
Yeah, when you gang bang, you lose love vibes from different hoods and shit like that. I lost some close people I love through this gang shit. And it's like, cuz, like, hey, it's 5 ever to hate with these motherfuckers. It's 5 ever. This is how it's coming. On hood.
Now, Hoover, that's another branch of Crips, right?
They Crips and some criminals. 5 Deuces is Crips, the rest of them criminals.
Okay.
Yeah.
Man, bro, so is it like it's on site if you ever see anybody associated with the
No, it's just with them, yeah. On Hustlers with them. Let's say I'm going somewhere, we're doing some stuff, and see if it's Mickey and Tricky, cuz we gonna say it like this, cuz it's gonna get Mickey and Tricky. No hood, you just gotta watch everything, cuz I'm a very smart nickel. I be like, cuz dumb, he's stupid, yeah.
Oh my God, cut them from the hood, bro. We ain't cut from the hood, bro. Don't do that. Cut them from the hood, bro.
So after getting DP'd and put off by the Rolling 60s, Crip Mac just walked 5 streets down the block and joined the next gang that he could find, which just so happened to be the 55th Street Crips. And just like clockwork, he would quickly get the number 5 tattooed all over his body, including his face. A face that has taken quite the beating over its lifetime, might I add. So this means that it was only a few years ago when he began altering his speech and replacing random words with the number 5, which is kind of wild when you think about it.
You gotta watch that. Yeah, if a snake comes 5 your spot and tries to do some making and tricky shit, and you know what's going on, you get cracking on their mother ass. Yeah, don't play no games, cause you coming here to harm me, put me in harm, you got these niggas outside, y'all wanna play hard, cause I got some 5 y'all who do it.
The guy is 100% fake. I find it rather troubling that this is someone who originally wanted to be an actor like Will Smith. Someone who has a great mum who worked hard to make sure that he grew up in a nice home in the suburbs, far away from gang life in the hood. A mum who would do anything for her little Trevor. And perhaps that's the problem. No one wants to be the Fresh Prince anymore. Everyone just wants to be King Von. Trevor Hurd is someone who is obviously a very talented entertainer, but now he is just a fake gangster who is in a very real prison, and he will more than likely be there for the next 15 years.
We're going to take him to the marshals. He's not have any problem. So down the street, I appreciate the first street, and then you're going to see a judge today, and they're going to more than let you out.
They're gonna let me out today?
More than likely. That's what
So they're trying to switch you to a federal case?
Yes.
On September 3rd, 2023 in Los Angeles County, in the Central District of California, the defendant, also known as C-Mac, knowingly possessed ammunition, namely 10 rounds of normal precision 9mm Luger caliber ammunition contained inside a semi-automatic handgun bearing no serial number, commonly referred to as a ghost gun, each in and affecting interstate commerce. That last part is important because this case is involving multiple states. That means the case is federal, which means that little Trevor Hurd is fucked. And because he has a few other gun cases, they can now use those charges against him to implement the 3-strike law. Getting yourself in trouble with the law for something stupid is, well, stupid. Because when you break the law, you then give police the ability to interfere with your life. So it is just best to move smart in these streets. If you're picking up what I'm putting down, then you must agree that having a long criminal rap sheet is kind of just another way of getting the words fake gangster tatted on your face. Real G's move in silence like lasagna.
Lasagna.
With that being said, the government just released C-Mac's criminal history, so let us be a bunch of nosy Nancies and take ourselves a little peek, shall we? On October 20th, 2014, C-Mac was charged with transportation and sale of a controlled substance. On August 12th, 2015, he was charged with grand theft, and on November 8th, 2017, he was charged with attempted second-degree robbery. More recently, on October 12, 2021, he was charged with possession of a firearm, and even more recently than that, just last year on July 27, 2022, he was charged a second time with being a felon in possession of a firearm. And it is these last two charges that will truly make this third gun charge quite literally the straw that broke the camel's back. Now, Crip Mac has also recently been in trouble on the streets because in January of 2022, his old fake gangster Facebook page would leak, and this would make the 55th Street Crips very upset, resulting with him receiving a brutal DP that went on for 7 minutes straight. Some folks are forced into gang life with almost no way to escape, and then there are some folks who will force themselves into gang life for internet clout, until they also end up trapped with no way to escape. It is the perfect example of when keeping it real goes terribly wrong.
So I'm sorry we did skip this point, and it is important. You know, he went to Newman Elementary School, and I would receive tons of calls daily. Just, you know, your son, he's not doing what, you know, we're asking him to do. He's doing just the opposite. So it's not that he's just not doing it. He's going to do the opposite, and that's oppositional defiance. That was a term that I learned very young on, and that he possibly had some, you know, emotional issues and stuff like that. So we tried to address that. We threw Ritalin at him. We threw Thoridazine, everything to try to get him regulated. So me being a young mom, that was very, very challenging. Very challenging on me.
So the military school didn't help him at all?
He got kicked out of military school. Kicked out of military school. They said, I'm sorry, we don't have anything else that we can offer your son at this time. You know, his behavior is too drastic. And I don't know where to point the finger or call the blame. I mean, you can go, is it a chemical thing? Is it hereditary? Is it lack of his father being there because he decided to walk out when he was 2 years old? I mean, but with all that being said, the bottom line was he needed help. He needed something, and it was something I wasn't able to give him. You know, he's got cousins. He's got cousins and family members who are members, you know, of subsequent gangs. And one that you may not know, he's got 2 Hoover cousins who he loves very much so. Imagine that, right?
Yeah, that's kind of crazy.
Yeah.
Okay, so I believe you had mentioned that he had a lot of love for music and movies growing up.
Oh yeah, Men in Black. Oh, I couldn't keep that song off. He knew the choreography for it. He said, "Mom, I wanted to be an actor like Will Smith." That's somebody that he really admired, and I think he commented on the slap with with Chris Rock, his opinion of it. But he stuck. You know, his loyalty was with Will Smith. And acting and being an entertainer. I think that's what we see him mostly as an entertainer. You know, I run into people who, when I wear his merchandise and stuff, they know the little catchphrases. You know, just like, everything's gonna see all right. You know, I put this on, they go, oh, that's that nigga C-Mac, you know, and I'm like, yeah, well, I'm Mama Bear. No way, you're Mama Bear. Absolutely. Oh, he's just doing so great, and we're backing him up, and we want to see this guy succeed. So much of the negative that you hear and read is outweighed by this positivity that people have for him and the love for him. I remember hearing stuff from Bloods and Hoover Street, you know, and they were positive things. And I was like, wow, is this a beginning of change? You know, but then it brings that into focus.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, you mentioned he has cousins.
Yep, cousins.
Who were involved in gangs. Do you think, is that what like kind of inspired him, you think? Or was he just, it's just something you think he just wanted to do?
No, he was definitely influenced by that. He always wanted to be the tough guy. He wanted to be the tallest, the biggest, you know, he wants to go hard. That's his thing. He's like, everything's intense. They would fight, you know, he would lose some, he would win some. Now, ironically, he's the biggest out of all of them. You know, he loves his cousin Knuckles. That's Jordan. Shout out to you. You know, it's just, you know, he grew into that whole tough man persona, and he created this character of C-Mac. It's just another portion of Trevor. It's just another facet of him, whether you can call it schizophrenia or any type of multi-personality thing. It's working in his favor because he's very true to it. He's very true to 55th Street and that whole persona.
How did you feel when you found out he was like an actual gang member?
Oh, I don't even remember the time that it dawned on me. But, you know, just getting all the calls from jail and stuff, I'm like, this is not what happens to a normal person who's doing normal things, 9 to 5 type things. So I figured he really was deep in the culture. I didn't know how deep. I didn't know about the different areas. I mean, I lived pretty much sheltered.
Okay, so you find out that he's in the streets.
Yes,
and
he's in the streets.
And now he's in and out of jail. And now I'm sure by now you're probably pretty worried about him.
I am. I'm praying and praying that I would always tell him, honey, please join the military or something. And it's kind of a shame to admit that I would tell people when they asked about my son, because I was ashamed of the whole gang culture, that he's in the military or he's doing something. And I was hoping to speak that into existence. And
so you feel like that the tattoo and all the Hoover hate kind of, do we want to talk about this?
I hate it so much, you guys. You have no idea. When I saw him walk in with that tattoo, my heart broke. I thought to myself, this is it. You know, this is the end of him. He's doing something so intense, something so major that can't be. It's permanent.
Yeah, he didn't give you no warning or nothing. He just walked right in with it.
And I feared for his life every day. And I still have a bit of that too, but he could fear for my life. I'm on a motorcycle almost every day. You know, we all have our destiny and we've accepted that. But it's just so scary to know that he's walking around with, you know, that's that much anger. Whatever perpetuated that, that's what he needs to get to the core of. And I pray that he can. But until then, I support my son 100%.
Yeah, it was.
I'll never stop supporting my son, ever. 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 5 ever.
You know, what'd you say to him when he first walked through the door?
What the fuck were you thinking? What is that shit? Mom, I got this, you know, this is how I feel, this is what I'm gonna do, that's what I'm about. Well, honey, I'm real disappointed. And I think I left and I spent some time with my best friend and I cried a little and I said, damn, you know, doesn't he understand the grandiosity of this and why isn't he getting it? And then I finally had to come to acceptance. And I don't care what anyone says, my form of acceptance may look different than the next person's. And that's just letting him live his life. And God's gonna fade that little by little. And there's concealer, there's stuff to lighten it up, there's processes if he decides to go that route. I just want to be a grandma. He just needs to hurry up and give me a child that I can play with and send back.
You leave and you don't talk to Crip Mac for a little while over the tattoo. What do you say to him when you actually sit down and have a conversation with him?
I don't even know what to say, son. You know how I feel about it, but I don't love you any less. And we're going to get through whatever it is that caused you to do that. We're going to get through it together. He said, thank you, Mom, I love you. And I said, I love you too, son.
In the age of the internet gangster, it is becoming nearly impossible to distinguish fact from fiction. Reality has become intertwined with fantasy. We are witnessing the true Truman Show right in front of our very eyes. Actors do not act in movies anymore. No, actors just act in real life these days. They literally sacrifice themselves for the sake of entertainment when they go online and fully commit to the characters that they portray.
My cripping is more legit than Cubs. I'm gonna keep it like that.
Something that I consistently notice with these internet gangsters is that when the show is over and the curtains are closed, they will often forget to take off their gangster mask. And to let the mask slip for even a moment would mean potentially losing their role as a ruthless villain within the internet gangster culture. Even if it means getting your ass beat by like half a dozen football players, they will go through with it just so they can look like a gangster for their fans.
Gangster from the hood, bro. Yeah, gangster from the hood, bro. Don't do that. Gangster from the hood, bro. They will kick us from the hood, nigga.
It honestly breaks my heart. Sure, it's fun to joke about Crip Mac, but the video that I just showed you a brief clip of is disgusting. I obviously cannot play the entire clip, but even if I could, I don't think I would, because it is not an easy watch. When they lift him up, the camera gets a better shot of his face, and he looks scared and confused. I mean, you can tell that he is in obvious pain, but it appears to be more than physical pain. It appears to be genuine pain from his soul. It's sad, but it's true. I think that we need guys like C-Mac to expose just how stupid glorifying gang culture really is. There is nothing cool about receiving blunt force trauma to your own head. In some cultures, it is referred to as hazing, but in the Crip Mac video, I would just refer to it as a brutal attack against your so-called brother. This strategy doesn't make sense to me. Why would you want to give every single one of your gang members brain trauma? Would you not prefer your members to be strong and healthy? Putting all of that aside, Trevor's gangster persona is what really leads to him catching the beats on a consistent basis. Speaking of brutal beatdowns, do you know that Blueface has a few videos floating around out there of him dishing out the beats, and some of those videos are just as brutal as the video of Crip Mac getting DP'd. So it really makes you wonder, why in the hell Crip Mac would start beef with Blueface for absolutely no reason at all. Everything he does is for attention on the internet. So when he actually saw Blueface in real life, he had no choice but to act like little Trevor Hurd.
Blueface, baby. What's up, man? What's up, cuz? Yeah, you want to see from your hood?
Huh? T5? Oh, yeah.
Yeah, cuz told me on hood.
Who told you? He said it's straight, right?
Yeah, cuz on hood. Cuz like, that's my boy. Cuz on hood.
Keep it cripping.
Hey, that's fine.
You got the same rag, same color, right?
Same color rag. And just explode the same gun.
So what's the difference?
Real gang bang.
I ain't no difference. It's Crip.
Keep it like that.
It's Crip.
Today should have been Crip. All right, then. Keep it like that, man.
Over 30 years.
If I didn't know any better, I would have thought that clip was a meet and greet for one of Blueface's fans. That same month, there was another video that Crip Mac was in, and in this video, he talks about Blueface. But just not really in the way you would expect a fan to speak about their favorite artist.
Well, I'm gonna beat Blueface's face. I wanna whoop his scrawny light-skinned ass. I wanna bust his fucking face open.
You know, I heard Blueface used to be a ball player. I heard he used to be a ball player. He might have some athleticism.
Nah, fuck his ball playing. My ball playing is what it's about.
Yeah, he used to play football. Was a
He used to play football. I played real
quarterback
ball.
too.
I played ball.
He played murder ball. He played murder ball.
Come on, cuz I play ball, nigga. Yeah.
Yeah, so you said Blueface, who else?
Cuz they wanna act hard, cuz. The G-Lo, nigga, let me beat the fuck out of I'll fight cuz. On neighborhood crib. I'm trying to think I'm a custer or a sucker, fool. That's what you don't want to do. On neighborhood crib.
He said he ready for it. He said he want all of that.
And
fuck it, if you could make some money, then fuck it, why not?
Sure, you can make some money, but the one thing that you cannot make is new brain cells. Brain cells that no one can afford to lose, especially Crip Mac. And then he wonders why he wasn't invited to Adam 22's birthday party.
But why the I wasn't invited?
Because you're the most mixiest of them all. Like, realistically, like, there was a couple of different people that were coming that I was like, I can't really have them crossing paths with the Crip Mac at the party. It might get a little bit too hectic.
Like, what kind of where?
Basically, if you were to run into Blueface, it wouldn't be no problems on your behalf.
Which simply means that Adam is not worried about Crip Mac beating someone up, but he is instead worried about Crip Mac catching the beats from folks who were attending his birthday party. Crip Mac has been looking for love in all the wrong places. There is no loyalty in gang culture, and there is certainly no loyalty in show business. Trevor has a good heart. He is an extremely loyal and passionate human, one who genuinely cares for folks. Besides being an internet Crip, he is also known for giving back to the poor and less fortunate. And well, it is hard to hate on someone who is trying to help the world. I think with time Trevor could outgrow the Crip Mac character, and maybe then he can just focus on being that entertaining character who makes a difference in their community. But much like that famous Kanye West speech, I guess we will never know, because given his current charges, it's looking like Trevor might be spending the next decade locked in a cage. Thanks for watching. This has been Alan for now.
Woke up with no plans, what I'ma do today. These are not the same, I got no shoes today. My baby missed me, wishing it was two of me. And I'm like, if I'm not doing what's the real deal. I've been up and down Pharaoh. Friend, bro, you did a real kill. Off the liquor and some pills. I've been at it since a church. Tell little baby, make it twerk. Twerk. I've been moving out the box. Top speed going top. 101 going pop. Getting hot. In the paint, never flop. At the rim like who? Get the crown like Braun. Yeah. Make it some and I'm spending some. What's the plan? Bet I get it done. It's me, yeah, neighborhood. It's me, yeah, give me some. Wifey icy, yeah, freezer. New friends, I don't need them. Checks coming by the spins. Kids eating off the reruns. If I'm not doing what's the real deal. I've been up and down Pharaoh. Friend, bro, you did a real kill. Off the liquor and some pills. I've been at it since a church. Tell little baby, make it twerk. Twerk. Go crazy, go crazy.
would he lie? Mr. Whack 100, out of gas, Damu, why lie?